Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
So you get married, you go back to New York.
I go to New York.
You finish school.
I go to school, yeah. And then I get out of school and essentially until I get my shit together and get into recovery, my career doesn't do much. And then
Did Neil help you get into recovery? And was he a druggy drug?
He did not. You know what? Here's how it happened. I kissed a girl, and the next day I went to my first meeting. So in my case,
how long are you married to Neil?
We're 5 years.
Okay, and how do you get the kiss?
I start to do a show at the Vineyard Theater that is all these women, and I develop a crush on one of them.
What's her name?
I'm not gonna
Okay,
do
all right.
that. It's the first girl I've met that actually has feelings for other women.
Right.
And when I found that out, I was like a goner. I was.
Right.
I don't know. My ability to process feelings in a good way is not. You know, it's not. It's still not there. I'm still not sober. So I just.
So who kissed who? What the fuck?
She kissed me finally.
Where are you? Is it backstage?
No, well, yes, after that.
Yeah. And then you go, oh my God, I enjoyed that more than I do.
I'm in trouble.
Enjoying it with Neil Wilson.
Oh, now what if he hears this? He won't hear it.
No, he's not going to listen.
Okay, good.
All right, so you're freaked out that you enjoy the kiss.
Yes, and then anyway, so I'm gonna try to truncate this a little bit. So
yeah, because we got to get to you know what.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what. Okay.
I decide that I'm going to leave my husband.
That was an inner burp. Sorry.
And that's what I do.
Okay.
That was an outer one.
So you go and say, and you tell him why.
Yes.
And he says,
he thinks it's a phase. And
that's my favorite. And it's a phase. Yeah, because you know what? Straight people go through phases too. It's so stupid.
It's a phase.
No, this is the phase. This is the phase I'm in right now. That's the phase. Okay, go ahead.
And
Happy Pride.
Yeah, and so it wasn't easy. It was really difficult.
Oh, it's horrible.
I was getting sober at the same time, so
right.
I really did feel. I mean, it was like my life completely imploded.
Right.
But I was 29 years old. You know what happens when you're 29? It's your Saturn return. And everything that happens, I don't know a single person. What happened to you when you were 29?
Oh, I got my first. I was on Roseanne. That was my first time ever on booking. Yeah.
Get out.
I did a thing on Roseanne. Yeah, because my father died in 90. And that night, and I was 27 when he died. Yeah, so I was 28.
It's a year from 28 to 29 is your Saturn return. So it's something you.
Oh, I was 28. Yeah.
Time period. So
wow,
I've been bad on the mic.
Can I have another
I know
one?
how to use
Can
a
I
mic.
have another one of those years because I can't take it?
What's 29 and 29?
Is 58?
Is that okay?
Oh, good. I'm not there yet. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be another good one.
How do you know?
Because I just know.
Okay. So go ahead. So all right. So you get divorced. I got to get to. I'm sorry, everyone. We have to get to you know what. Okay. Okay. So you're 29. Blah 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 blah. So then do you get sober?
I do get sober.
And then what happens?
Then I
start booking.
I start showing up for myself and my life. Yeah.
Right.
I start showing up.
And where do you move to?
Well, I'm still in Manhattan. I'm always in Manhattan.
I know, but what part?
I moved to Washington Heights, of course.
Oh, nice. Washington Heights. Okay.
I spent some time on Pinehurst Avenue.
Yeah.
That's right. I spent some time on Bennett. That's down below. Who is this person?
And you're auditioning. And what's your first...
my first big thing, my first big television role is that JonBenet Ramsey miniseries that I did. And I think that's, I had already done the Kennedys of Massachusetts where I played the retarded Kennedy.
I can actually see the poster for that in my head.
But that was when I was still drinking, which is why I looked so retarded.
Okay.
Anyway, I did this miniseries that was based on the JonBenet Ramsey killing called Perfect Murder, Perfect
Yes.
Right, and I played the lesbian detective that finds her
Fucking great.
that they blamed the whole investigation on the Dyke.
Right.
And the Dyke did it wrong. Yeah. So that was my first big thing.
Now, doing that movie, did you find out any information about the case, the real case?
Yeah, a little bit. But the guy that wrote the book, who directed the show, the miniseries as well, had all sorts of inside information that it wasn't interesting enough for me to repeat to you. The Santa thing was there. That was the main outsider for theory. I don't know if you know there was an outsider theory. Either the parents or the Santa, or pretty much the theories.
Who was the Santa?
The Santa was this random guy that played Santa in the
mall.
in the area every single year, and there were like.
Who do you think did it?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
Who killed?
I don't know because
such a fucking sick fuck case. It was so sick.
It was so sick.
And the brother and the father,
all of them, and it was so weird. I can't. Their behavior was so strange.
Right.
That I don't know how to not implicate them somehow. But I don't think that they killed. I don't think he raped and killed her. I really don't think he did.
Right.
So I don't know.
How does that happen in your house?
And how does it happen in your basement room? And you don't know that she. It's so many weird things.
Okay, so you do that. Okay, then next job.
Then next job is is a string of little like my Law and Orders and my and my Ed.
Right.
The one. This was back when there were
Ed.
right. Well, there were only like 4 shows, 3 shows shooting here, and you did them all. And then I got The Wire. Yeah, and that was the.
And The Wire's interesting because you were in a good head. And you went in and auditioned like a regular audition. It wasn't even like, oh my God.
Yeah, no.
And I heard you say that it was, The Sopranos was on. You're like, oh, please, this is.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get the one of 2 women on an HBO show who actually is maybe a potential love interest.
And also, you weren't it was supposed to be a series regular. You were just
that is true. I was supposed to be. Yeah, I just lucked out on that one. Although
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
How old were you at that point?
I don't know. I really don't. I think I'm in my late 30s.
Okay, but that's fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was.
Do you still live off the money from that?
Oh no, Jesus God!
Because it's cable.
No money. I made no money on that.
I know. It's fucking horrible.
It was just.
It's like you have to do this for your career, but you're never going to make any. You're going to make.
Sure.
Whatever.
Well, that was back in the. I mean, it's. I don't. They were just. They did good negotiating. It was also, a large cast. So,
right.
And if you didn't have a previous quote, they didn't care. So, no, I didn't make money on The Wire.
Right.
I still don't make money on The Wire.
Right, I know. It's horrible.
But other things, and I get to say I was part of the, one of the greatest television shows ever made.
Okay, you do Wire. And then do you do Broadway? Like, what is...
I do The Wire. I can't remember if I did a couple Broadway shows before The Wire, which was 6 Degrees of Separation. And
that's
a really bad one with Hal Linden called The Gathering.
Hal Linden. Where'd you do 6 Degrees?
On the Broadway. I replaced.
Which theater?
Lincoln Center.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Yes, I knew I saw you there.
All right then.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
And then you do. You play Wanda. In
the
Elizabeth Smart movie.
That was freaking fun.
So I have questions.
I have answers.
Elizabeth Smart, and she shows up on the.
She freaking shows up on the set where we're doing her main, like she's tied to a line. She's like strapped to a tree and with an anklet around her foot on a thing like you'd put a dog on, and she is on it in that clearing in the middle of Vancouver, like trying to get. Oh, well, the bucket wasn't there. It was over there. And
she's talking like that?
Yes. And then at one point, the one day that she actually came to the set was really hard stuff for, it was emotional stuff. It wasn't like, naked.
And you played the crazy.
Yes. Well,
by the way, I just missed a bell. Rhonda Perlman.
Ah.
Okay.
Ding.
You played a Jew on The Wire. Rhonda Perlman. Okay, so go ahead. All right, so she's there the day you're doing this torture scene.
She was so freaked out when she saw me in costume that she literally like just turned and ran. I mean, I think this. First of all, she's an extraordinary woman.
Oh, of course.
Forget it. Just forget it. I don't know how you find that kind of strength. Because she has incredible faith and she has incredible beliefs. And she came to the set after hearing us rehearse a really emotional scene. Because the director said, do you, what about this or that? And I said, why don't we just ask the source? And everybody like stopped. I was like, or is that not allowed?
Right.
She's like, I don't know. I guess we could ask her. So she came onto the set. She's like, you guys really want to hear?
Right.
And we're like,
yeah.
Yes. She's like, well, Skeet, who was playing, what's his name? I can't even remember his name now. I've blocked it out of his mind. Well,
whatever.
He's playing the guy. Wow. Grandma, that is such a senior moment.
Oh,
Thank
please,
you for that.
I can't.
Jesus Christ. So she says he wasn't really out and about like that. He was laying across the tent. She points at the tent. So he lays across the tent. She said, no, not like that. Like this, kind of sideways. And she places him. She's like, and the bucket wasn't here. It was over here. It didn't really look like this in real life. It was actually a beautiful view. And I would sit on this bucket and face away. So I didn't have to look at them. And then she would read the Book of Mormon, or she would read whatever she was reading. And then she'd look at me and go, you're okay. She'd go back to where she was.
Oh my God, of course.
It was freaky.
Wait, okay, so I need same question with the JonBenet. Like, how the fuck did that happen? First of all, and the thing is, the parents called the Mormon elders before they called the police. That is not good.
Well, it was a strange situation, and I'm not going to question how the family operated within their religion. That's their prerogative. But
I'm in this. There's a lot of religions. There are a lot. The ones that are thousands of years old. Okay, I get it. They've endured. These new ones, I can't.
I can't either, and I don't.
Okay.
But she had never. They made this really bad TV movie. Not that. They made one that she did not have any control over, any say over, that told her story. It was a CBS movie that Dylan Baker played Ed Smart, and they pretty much just did an accounting of everything people had read in the papers. Elizabeth Smart has never even watched that because she was so angry that they made it without her consent.
Right, of course.
So this was really even though it was Lifetime, and a lot of us love Lifetime movies, but they're not necessarily known for being particularly good. They are Lifetime movies.
Oh my God! Guess who's on the phone? The head of Lifetime.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
No, but in the past couple of years, there's been a sea change at Lifetime, and they've really started doing original programming that is not your typical Lifetime fare. It's actually cutting edge and kind of good. And I'm very proud of what Lifetime turned out with that movie. They managed to make a family film that shows horrific things that really made Elizabeth feel like she finally got to tell her story.
And closure.
Because she speaks all over the world. She's very, very popular speaker, and she always has people come up and go, why didn't you just freaking leave? In a very accusatory way. Well, if you're a 14-year-old Mormon, pulled out of the bed in the middle of the night and then raped 3 times a day, every day for 9 months, you might not be thinking so clearly yourself. He terrified her. He had her knowing
he should be hung by his dick.
He certainly should be. Every member of her family would be murdered if she tried to get away.
Right.
I get it. But
I don't know how she functions.
I don't know how she functions either.
Now,
did you meet compartmentalization?
Yeah. Did you meet anyone else in the family?
I've met her mother.
Right. Nice.
Very nice.
Lovely. Yes.
I've spoken to Ed Smart. I'm not good. I even remember his name.
Right, Ed.
He and I've never met him in person, but they're lovely. I've met her husband.
Wow.
And her kids.
Right. How do you fucking have a relation? It's amazing.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with a Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Okay, I'm going to say the word,
Okay.
and you're going to tell the story.
Oh, no. Okay. Is this a
Coma.
thing?
Coma.
Coma. What does that mean?
No coma?
No coma.
Okay. Okay, so Elizabeth Smart.
I do have a coma story, but you should have said the word seizure.
Oh, sorry. Seizure. Bad info. Okay, tell me.
In 2009, I know you're trying to get me through chronologically. It's just not working.
I'm not. I'm just mad that it was told me. Yeah, go ahead. So you have a seizure.
2009,
Yeah.
I start waking up in hospitals all over
Right.
Los Angeles. Did somebody tell you about that?
Maybe.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And lo and behold, I lost my ability to walk
Right.
and talk.
Right.
And I was kind of a vegetable.
Right.
Thus, maybe the coma
Yes.
reference. Okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's like I'm a little
All right.
annoyed
I'm
that it
sorry.
was a seizure.
I wasn't in a coma. I was in a place that was coma-like.
Okay.
I
So
was
what
in my-
happens? Like the first time, how do you, what?
Okay, you wake up in the hospital and somebody's going.
How'd you get to the hospital?
I have no memory of that. It was I have no
Did
memory.
anyone tell you?
Yes,
like,
it was the EMTs.
What did they say? I found you blank. Where?
Lying on your floor in the living room. My friend had come over to pick me up. I didn't answer the door, so looking through the window, saw me on the floor having a seizure. And then called 911.
She acted out the seizure.
I did seizure
Okay,
movements.
so you go to the hospital.
And go to the hospital.
Yeah. I mean, there's Jews in the hospital. Yeah.
Anyway, and they essentially
Which hospital?
Send me. Well, the first I woke up in emergency rooms 7 times. So this was the first time. I think it was Sherman Oaks Hospital.
Okay, but
maybe
you
it was
you left. You had the seizure.
After
and you went-
they
did they
sent me-
diagnose you with epilepsy or anything?
No,
or-
but by the 3rd visit, they thought I had something called psychogenic seizures.
Okay,
which essentially means it's all in your head, sweetie.
Oh, they do that with women all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
They do.
Right.
They also, every time I went in, they thought I was in withdrawal from drugs or alcohol or something.
Right.
The relapse in my sobriety begins now during the seizure time, because it's a long story, but I will tell you briefly. The doctor that I came to staring at said, everything's okay. I just want you to name as many animals as you can in 1 minute. Go. And all I could think of was bird.
Okay.
And elephant.
Right.
And then, okay. Then I got upset. I'm like, why can't I think of anything?
Right.
And he's like, no, it's okay. Just, it was a dumb question. Let's try a different question. Well, I want you to, in 1 minute, I want you to name as many countries as you can. And I could name China.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, this is weird and something's wrong with me.
Right.
Cut to essentially a year later, and I dig myself out. And another year later, I get sober again, because pills, things start. Things were a little weird. But you know what? It's my journey and my battle with addiction and alcohol and.
But you were essentially
a vegetable.
For how long?
For 2 or 3 months of solid vegetableness.
Okay, so for
like
2
not
or
being
3
able to
months,
walk,
right? You're in a bed,
spasming, seizuring,
and you can't talk,
and I can't talk,
and you can't
walk,
and
I go somewhere,
and you're laying in a bed.
Yes, and I'm spasming,
and you're aware,
and I'm aware that I'm laying in a bed,
but you can't move your limbs.
I can move my limbs. I'm moving them on purpose to try to get this electricity out of me.
Right. Okay.
Because the shocks are going all through my body. It's like,
but you can't walk
from my brain.
Yeah. Okay.
I can walk, but I fall over. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't have
no
good
control
balance
over your body.
I don't have good balance. Yeah,
Okay.
I have no
Can you
equilibrium.
talk?
Sort of. I can talk, but it takes
yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
time like that. It's the brain is fried. The brain has to reset itself, and that's what that time in bed was. And then I went home and had a knee surgery because during that time I fell off my roof in my house in Sherman Oaks. Okay, wait for it. So then I have the knee surgery, which is a good cover for the business,
right?
Because I have gotten carried out of one audition having a little episode.
No way.
Yeah, and it was it was like for Jennifer Saul. I don't know who it was for, a big person. And then we thought, okay, she's fallen off the roof. She needs knee surgery. Let's send her home to Elkhart for knee surgery. So that's what I did. And 4 months later, I got a call that Bones wanted me back for the Gravedigger to go on trial. But go on trial.
Right.
And it was my second or third episode of that. It was a popular character. And I was walking on a cane. I said, can they take me with a cane? And they were like, well, let's see. And I was like, how much could there be? You know,
right.
You know. And so I took the job, and my mom was like, what? And I was like, I think I can do it. And I get the script, and it's like 40 pages of me. I'm like trying myself and defending myself. And it's this episode where the Gravedigger goes on trial and defends herself.
Right.
Anyway, if you ever see that episode, my face is like 30 pounds heavier.
Go look at it.
And, but I managed to get through that. And when I got through that, I was like, okay, I can do this. Ever since then, I've memorized lines differently. I have this program called Rehearsal Pro.
I have Rehearsal Pro. I use that all the time.
David Lawrence.
Did you get the email yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did. Well done, David. David is very nice. David,
first of all, really good.
It's
business
a great,
owner.
yes, a very good business owner, and it's a great app.
It is Rehearsal Pro.
So I have to do all of my line learning on Rehearsal Pro now.
Right.
It's auditory, I guess.
Right.
And I'm not as good at memorizing off the page. I literally can't. It's useless to me.
I think
that's since my seizures, and it's probably
it's an age thing too. I mean, it's a horrible thing that you were having seizures.
It is, but you know what? But here's the thing:
do you use it? I mean, like,
and this is a good time to bring this up. I wrote a play.
Right, I have that on my
Bird, Elephant, China. It is called, oddly enough. It was a way to try to just sort out the experience, because what I didn't tell you is when I was laying in bed spasming all the time, I had incredible visitations from a certain kind of Lakota shaman.
Wow.
And they were repeated several times.
Right.
And, you know, visitations, hallucinations, whatever you want to call them. And that's what I talk about, what the Indians told me when I was in that space. Mm-hmm. Later on, I tried to write a play about this experience, and I made up a language for the play.
Right.
I'm not a playwright. I'm a terrible playwright. Awful. I don't know what I'm doing. But I wanted to make sure this language that I was writing was okay. So I said to my friend, who had taken care of me all during that time, because my ex ran off and married Melissa Etheridge. That's a whole other story.
No way.
Anyway, yeah. The one who I was with during that time, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, I know her.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What a delightful pathological liar.
But I don't
said that
understand
out loud, didn't I? Pathological sociopath.
I don't understand these lesbians who are mental. Like, they're really, okay.
Anyway, so...
Oh, don't forget to write to me about how I said lesbians are mental.
Oh,
please.
yeah, okay, yeah, please do.
Hate mail. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so then you get Bones.
Then I get Bones. Then she leaves. Bye. Right. So I was writing this play. It was terrible, but I made up this language. I made up a language, and I said to my friend who had taken care of me that whole time, I just wrote this language. Did what I sounded like read anything like this? Because I just made it up.
Right.
And she just stopped me cold, and she went, "Oh, it was not gibberish." I was like, "Oh, okay. What was it?" She goes, "It sounded like a Native American language."
No way.
So I went back and looked at this language I had created, and I had all these Lakota Sioux words in it by accident.
Is cray.
So that's how I know that it was Lakota Sioux that I was dreaming about or hallucinating or having visitations.
This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
So now you are in, FYI, a relationship.
Yes.
For how long?
5, 6 years.
And how's that going?
Oh, it's fine, I guess, for today. Just for today. We go day to day. It's good. It's good. I'm kidding.
Hard.
Don't be disturbed.
People don't understand.
It's hard.
Two women. It's so fucking annoying. I can't take it with Elisa. The constant process. Let's talk about it. I know. I don't want to talk about it. I'm done.
Oh my God. Can I just say,
fucking talking about it.
I am so sick of talking about things,
I can't.
but I have to say, I do, I close up like a freaking fly trap. So it's good that I am drawn out sometimes, but it's hard, and after you're a parent, it's hard for anyone in a relationship to deal with their partner's parents passing. It's just a hard time anyway.
And I'm very sorry about your mom.
I appreciate that. But
you have a dog. You have
Mr. Pickles. I'm going to La Jolla for a couple of months.
And you're going to take Mr. Pickles. And is Kate going to come with you? Kate's the lover.
Kate's going to come in July.
Oh, that's good. See, the separation is good.
Yeah, but I've gone all year because I was taking I did a series. It's going to be out on Netflix.
What's it called?
Month. Or the month that? Yeah. No, September or October.
Yeah.
That's not next month.
What's it called?
It's called Raising Dion, and I play a superhero.
That's awesome.
I play I can shoot lightning.
Wow.
Like that.
And
so
that's good you had those seizures because you know
because
how to...
I knew. That's right. With the electricity. So I got to be on cranes and windstorms,
awesome.
and Michael Jordan produced it. So it's ow.
I know. I just hit my elbow. I'm a klutz.
That handsome boy that was on The Wire is now a big movie star, and so he hired me. Anyway.
It's amazing. Okay, so we ask our, I don't even know who we is.
Just the royal we, the community we.
We ask our. I could do what Trump does when he talks about himself in third person.
They have it out for Judy Gold.
They have it out for Trump. Judy Gold. Whatever. So. We asked, these are the two questions.
Have you ever had anyone do a spit take in the mic?
No. But you could.
Because I came close.
All right.
And then I'll get yelled at. All right.
Are you on, we're very pro mental health here.
Yes.
Are you on any antidepressants?
I am not. However.
Have you been?
I have been during the seizure time.
Right.
And I was on so many different medications during that time that I took myself off all of them. However, now I'm on one medication that was supposed to be for my arthritis and now works as an antidepressant.
What is it?
Cymbalta.
Cymbalta, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the Cymbalta because I have arthritis as well.
That's right. And they find that it helps.
because it is a pain reliever, but it didn't work for me, and I had diarrhea.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I had the diarrhea, so I don't take the Cymbalta.
Side effects may include diarrhea, vomiting, children of 5 heads.
Okay, so you take the Cymbalta.
I take the Cymbalta, and then
anything else?
You know what it is, Judy? This is the thing. Tell me how much time we have left, because I got to make this.
We have like 3 minutes.
Okay.
And I have to ask you another question.
The perfect storm that was my seizures that I wrote the play about was also my sobriety going off the deep end. I fell madly in love with someone else. I was with the Melissa Etheridge wife. It was a whole other thing. Menopause. So during that time, every hormone that supports every system in the female body was doing a mass exodus.
Right.
And I found a woman in LA and there's another one here. You've got to find the right menopause person, because the men and the women were throwing that horse hormone at me.
Right.
I got on plant-based bioidenticals and a whole and support thing that's just pretty much things you can buy off of Amazon. It's like DHEA and adrenal stuff and vitamins, whatever, the vitamin D thing, whatever. But it was my hormones going completely off the beam.
I'm telling you.
And I think they contributed to my seizures, my mental breakdown.
I had a breakdown. I think it's hormones too.
I went to Dr. Prudence Hall in LA, who is like the Suzanne Summers doctor. She was like, oh my God, we're going to fix you right up. She said, and if this happened to men, there would be one on every corner.
I know.
I pay hundreds of dollars a month for these hormones that insurance won't cover, but they cover Viagra.
I know. I can't fucking.
But anyway, women, if you are going crazy and you are anywhere from 45 to 55 and you haven't been to a good hormone doctor, find one.
Because
don't just go
when
to
I
anyone.
was pregnant, and I've said this before, I was in euphoria for my whole pregnancy and during breastfeeding, and then I went back into my depression. Okay.
And it's hormones, and everything is all hormones. You've got to find the right doctor. Go to my website. I will give you. There's Dr. Prudence Hall in LA, and there's one here, but I don't have her information memorized here because I'm an asshole. Yeah.
So but
it's important because that's how we do our sanity.
Yes.
And
all right, you have to get to this.
Shut up,
Dee Dee. Shut the fuck up. It's called Kill Me Now, our podcast. What pisses you off more than anything? What makes you fucking crazy? Fuck.
It's too easy an answer right now, and I'm sure it's the same answer that everyone
No, it isn't. Everyone's different.
It's not Donald Trump.
Okay, it's fine.
It's Mitch McConnell and the whole Republican Senate.
I can't. Mitch
because Donald fucking Trump couldn't do a thing without them.
Right.
And they are all about Roe v. Wade. It's all about the Roe v. Wade. Keep the women. It's the war on women, and it's their fault, not his. They could have him accountable like that.
Right.
They could.
They're just using him.
Who.
Yeah, I know.
And I can't even fucking look at you right now because I can't with them.
I hate them. I hate that motherfucker. It's Mitch McConnell. And you know his penis drips. Little drippies out. I fucking hate him. I hate him. He's a liar. I hate that fucking Kavanaugh. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I can't. It's and I have a partner who's Canadian.
Leave us alone.
Exactly.
Leave us the fuck alone.
Get your fucking mind out of my box.
Hate them.
My partner's Canadian, so I have.
So where are you going to move? I was talking about
Toronto.
Yeah, I like Toronto, but it's quiet and
well,
clean.
It's a half an hour ride from here on the planes, Aziz. So
Yes,
Mr. Pickle Throat like this. I've got to get on the plane, Aziz.
Yeah,
I've got to have my flea medication, Aziz. Love. Anyway, sorry, my dog just came on your show.
I love that. Listen. D. You're the fucking best. Or now, where can people find you?
People can find me. I'm about to go to La Jolla Playhouse to do a play in person.
What's the play?
It's called The Luckiest. and by Melissa Ross.
And you did work with Tom Hanks, which we didn't even get to. You were in Lucky Guy, Nora Ephron's play.
And my Tom Hanks is my Vespa buddy because I'm a Vespa whore. I love Vespas, and my Vespa's being delivered right to La Jolla.
Okay, is he as perfect? It's like
He's
annoying.
more perfect.
Like I can't. He's got to have a dead body somewhere. Something's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't with him and the perfection. Like, oh, I'm a great actor. He's not. He's just him, and he's got some awesome chops. I mean, I just saw him last summer do the Falstaff out at. I do point a lot. I like that.
Just lots of
Wait, and what about Rita?
He was brilliant.
Okay, what about Rita?
Rita's. They're
perfect.
No, they're not perfect. They're nice. They're really nice, and they work on it hard. They're not perfect.
Yeah, and they have issues with the kids.
Yeah, I mean, Chet's a rap star.
Yeah.
In his mind.
Whatever.
So, anyway.
All right. So where can people find you?
Oh,
You're going to be in La Jolla.
Yeah, I can be in La Jolla, and then the Netflix series will.
And what about on the Twitter and the?
Oh yeah, that stuff. At D Lovejoy. Same on Instagram. No.
D the letter D.
D Lovejoy.
Okay.
That was just.
And now,
my
where'd you
voice.
get the Lovejoy name from?
My dad. Yeah, that's my dad's name.
That's good,
right?
And he really provided you with a lot of love and joy.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Stop.
All right, listen. You're the best. Happy Pride. It's Pride Month.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is the
it's
parade
World
on my
Pride.
birthday? My birthday's June 30th, and it's always got a parade on it. Is it?
Wait,
It's close.
I'm looking, you motherfucker.
That's great. Well, I'll go do some San Diego Pride.
Yeah,
this
you
year.
got it. It's World Pride. They're all coming to.
Dykes on Bikes can have me. If they
Yes,
have
it
a
is.
chapter.
It is. It is.
It is on my birthday?
Yes, June 30th.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Gesei Gesund. Thank you for being on the. Wait, do I have anything to plug? Let me look.
Yeah, where are you
What am I
going to be?
doing?
Where
I'm
am I
doing
going
a lot
to
of
see
Pride
you?
shit. Oh, I'm going to Fire Island for the Allie Thorney Center on the 8th. Where else am I going?
Fire Island.
I don't know.
On
Oh,
the
I'm
8th
sorry. I
of
started
June?
P-Town again on the 27th and 28th. I do Thursdays and Fridays in Provincetown. Anyway.
I'm going to come up
you're
there
the
in
best.
August.
Oh, okay.
V-Town.
We're going out.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding either.
No, I'm not.
That's good.
Is
Okay,
Kay
good.
coming?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all going out.
Okay.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yay.
Okay.
It's a plan.
All right. Thank you all for listening.
Fuck
and
you
as
all for
we always say, so long.
Bye-bye.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.